Hello, it is I, Adera, no, if you really know, Princess Paco, if you want me to be happy with you. I'm trying the YouTube thing once again. This is like take 2, take 3, take 500. And I figured, because my new year starts February 1st, and it is the month of love, and I'm always getting this funny look from people you know, when they realize I was not born here, I moved back here after my mom successfully threw me back to my country, and I'm like, yeah, I love Nigeria. So the reason why I've not been making YouTube videos since the day I landed in 2018 was because I was kind of disappointed. I had a lot of family issues to take care of, and I didn't really want to record all that. And at the point, like, I kind of lost my voice, especially after SARS beat me in December 2018. I was butthurt. I'm like, this Nigeria that I love so much. But I want to remind myself and remind others why we all love Nigeria so much, assuming we all love Nigeria. And for the 4 weeks of February, I'm gonna do love letters to Nigeria. So this is the first one. So some pointers about my YouTube. These are people are gonna see me because I just can't with the whole makeup. That's part of the reason why I've been delaying on like YouTube. It's like I have this whole camera, I have the tripod, I have the whole setup, but just like, you don't want me to be doing makeup, just sit down in front of the camera every day. That was my problem when I worked with Iroko. Man, they put so much makeup on my face. I didn't know it was possible. Like, I feel like it was 5 pounds of makeup. But yeah, so that even wore this week, basically happy. And these lip glows, this is what this is gonna be my look until the day I say I'm going to record and some professionals say they won't do makeup for me, or then people can have a party. But if not, you guys are gonna take me like this, okay? So that's what you can expect from my YouTube, realness, because I'm a real G. One of my email addresses is real. Yeah. Anyway, my love letter to Nigeria, part 1. Dear Nigeria, I didn't always love you. My first time to Nigeria was in 1996, and I remember it because I think that was my first international trip that I remember out of the US. And I remember because the cabin crew, those flight attendants, were so in love with me. Gosh. And I got to go into the cockpit and shake the pilots. I don't think they do that anymore post 9/11, like, but yeah, that was really cool. I got to see all the bar, like, wow. I remember very vividly the way the heat and that stench, like an ancient stench of Nigeria. Like, I associate that smell with Nigeria, and every once in a while, even till now, I still smell it. But that's when we came out of the airport, that heat, unbelievable heat in my 6 years of life. No, 1996, I'm something like 5. My 5 years, no, I'm something like 4. My 5 years of life, then I'm very sure I've never experienced that type of slapping heat and that smell. And I remember leaving the airport and I saw like all the billboards for things, and I couldn't help think like, man, did I step backwards in time? Like, everything looked ancient from like the olden days. I remember being embarrassed that day or the next day. Like, a bunch of my uncles and cousins were watching football in my grandma's parlor, and NEPA took lights and everybody shouted NEPA, and I'm like, who's NEPA? And they all like found it so ridiculously funny. I'm like, okay, well, who's NEPA? And they had to explain to me, and I was like, I was perplexed. I'm like, what do you mean the light goes off? Wow. I remember I went to village. I saw a snake for the first time. It was like dangling from the tree, and then our driver came down and killed it. And I was like, oh, why? Oh, why? I mean, I was scared, but like, just let it go. Then I remember eating apple and coming to tell my mommy some auntie gave me apple, and I remember the look on her face like, babe, what? You know, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So now, like, now thinking back, I don't know if she was afraid because, oh, don't take food from strangers, or like, little girl, you ate apple. And I remember being rushed back to Lagos, like, oh my gosh, she's gonna die. She had like stinky eye. Well, now I can't touch the stuff. What else do I remember that first? That's about all I remember. So I wasn't in. I liked the attention. I didn't really have an impression. I wouldn't say I did. After that, I came to Nigeria 2 more times. The last time before we finally relocated was, coincidentally, right before 9/11. I remember I was in my grandma's parlor, Surulere, when I heard Aaliyah died. Yeah, I went back to New York, and my primary school was 3-4 blocks away from the Twin Towers. So I was buying school supplies. We hit Hawaii. That was when the first plane hit. I already got into school. We were all talking about, wow, like no disaster has happened in the 90s. Then we've not experienced anything like that, so it was a big deal. Our school building was kind of old, so it shook by the time the second plane hit. So they evacuated us, but they weren't letting parents in. So my mom then they pushed in. They didn't know we had already left the building. My mom was right in front of my class, and right in front of my class, the window faces the Twin Towers. My mom saw the first building fall down, and she fell down with it, fainted. So my mom was extremely traumatized with that situation. I feel bad for her. She was bedridden for like close to 2 months or so. We didn't go to school for close to 2 months as well. No, was it? I think we went back like a month. So she was bedridden for like maybe 4 weeks. And that was when she decided that she's not gonna die in America. She's coming back to her homeland. And she had always toyed with the issue. My mom was one of the founding members of PDP tri-state area, like New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Isn't that interesting? So my mom also has this political streak. And okay, Nigeria is where I get all this attention, so it was cool until they enrolled me in boarding school. I went to Vivian Fowler Memorial College for girls. What was wrong about it, which is ridiculous because people were like, oh, that's an Ajebo school, but for me, coming from New York, then that was hellfire. I hated the uniform, I hated the seniors, I hated that I was away from my mom, I hated the cold water. I cried the whole 6 years of secondary school. So throughout that time, I definitely associated my boarding house experience with Nigeria, and I hated the crap out of it. I never claimed Nigeria with anybody. I was always an American, and I was counting down the days till I get SS3 graduation, till I'm gonna get the hell out of there. Joke was on me. After secondary school, my mom said, oh, take your time and study for SAT. So the next year, registered in SAT classes, took the test, and my mommy called me, do girl, nobody sent me into America, you're way too young. I do not trust your daddy to raise you the way I would want to. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna go to the next best thing, which was the American University of Nigeria. And it was there that I learned to love Nigeria. Like, I was introduced to the idea of Afrocentrism by my professors, and I kind of took pride in knowing my history, knowing where I come from, which a lot of actual African Americans don't have. And I saw that perspective, and instead of being ashamed of the smelly, corrupt, backwards country that I was now living in, I took pride in it. And after a while, I stopped kind of mentioning I was born in the US. I prefer to say I was born in Anambra. I don't know, I love associating with this race thing so much. Like, maybe because people will say because I have options, because I'm not actually Raz, so I can freely become Raz. But yeah, like, I want to be as local as possible. I want to relate with the locals as much as possible, which is why I call myself Princess Paco, because I think Ajebo is the worst thing, and I've heard it a lot in my life. It's the worst thing anybody can call me, which is why when I made a name for myself, I made Princess Paco, and that was how I fell in love with Nigeria. And then going back home, so I grew up with my grandparents because my mom was hustling, So, you know, just stay with my grandpa. My grandpa was actually a columnist, which is where the whole journalism inspiration came from. My grandpa wrote a column for Vanguard for like 5 years before he passed away. He was a writer, he was an author. He went to jail for Nigeria's independence. So I think that's the spirit my mom picked up, that spirit I picked up. And you know, conversation, he was my best friend. And conversations with him, I took his love for Nigeria, you know. I absorbed a lot of that, and it was through like my teen years that, especially after I read Half of a Yellow Sun, you know, getting to uni, the classes like media and politics, that's how I started falling in love with Nigeria. And I was this patriotic person. I was, you know, waving flags every October 1st. You will see me in green, white, green. I was, yeah, proud of my country, and I identified as a Nigerian. So I don't want to make these videos too long, because I be seeing these YouTube videos, they be long, and I not be sitting through all of them. But I want you guys to watch mine, so we're gonna cap it right here. Stay tuned for part 2. These are my love letters to Nigeria. I guess the thing to say is like and subscribe, but it's like, if you like my voice, why will you not like it? Why will you not subscribe in it? So like and subscribe and follow me on this journey as I navigate what this YouTube channel is gonna look like. It's 2020 and we doing the thing. Peace out, heads on down.